Mark Matthews is a big wave surfer. He's retired now, but I was just listening to him on a podcast, and he was saying that every morning he'll go out and surf, and on the way down to the surf for, what did he say, for, it was like 30 seconds, I think, that he'll close his eyes and he'll just walk down. And yeah, there's stuff around, it's not just a clear path, but it's that 30 seconds where he's switched off the visual component of, he can't see anything. And so he's walking down, and then he becomes really grounded and aware of everything else. Like you hear the birds, you hear the waves, you feel the sand on your feet, and it just really enhances those other things, and it brings him into the moment. And that's particularly what you need when you're swimming, but I think also for surfing, but you also need that for swimming. So I went for a run this morning, closed my eyes for probably 40, 50 meters now and then. And it was really interesting. I heard things that I wouldn't necessarily hear. I was much more conscious of the ground under my feet. So yeah, that sort of stuff, just coming into your senses, is very useful, especially, I know a lot of the swimmers I work with are up in their thinking brain a lot. And so at the clinic, I try and get them to go into their feeling brain a lot more, especially when they move from drills into the actual swimming. Because if you're overthinking your swimming, you're so mechanical. It's all robotic and there's no fluency to it.
No, you actually cannot process that much information. You actually need to go into that zone. So when you do go into that, and it's called the zone, you're actually going into alpha and theta waves in your brain. So, which is allowing you to access your entire subconscious. And that's why all the best athletes in the world perform the fundamentals over and over and over again, and you see all these things on YouTube. Kobe Bryant keeps getting asked why he keeps doing the fundamentals. But, from basketballers, you see, Steph Curry and all the other basketballers doing exactly the same thing, doing the fundamentals over and over and over again. It's because you need those things to be on automatic pilot, so that you can worry about what's actually going on in the game. And so you can be reacting to what's going on, but all of the skills are on automatic pilot. They're in the rest of your brain. So there's a couple of really good books on specifically sort of this concept. One is The Rise of Superman. I don't know if you've come across that book. It's a really, really good book about extreme athletes and extreme human performance, and how far we've come in that space. And another one is The Talent Code by Dan Coyle. Which is all about the growth and the wrapping of myelin around in terms of the building of skill. So it goes through all of the 10,000 hour theories and all of those sort of things. But a couple of great books that really break it down for you in getting into the zone. And like you said, getting out of that prefrontal cortex, getting out of that thinking brain where you think you can control everything that you're aware of. You can't. That's a tiny little bit of brain power to access your entire body, and the neurons in your hands are the same as the neurons in your brain. There's just a bit more of it in your grey matter. Your entire body is thinking and moving and sensing and creating, and a lot of that is going to your spine, back out through your units. So you have motor units in your spine, so they don't even reach your brain. So you can't possibly think that you can think your way into more skilled movement. You can't.
It's interesting.
You have to repeat it. Let your body repeat those processes, which again is why what we were talking about before. If you're training tired, if you're training stressed, if you're training at a low level, you're training to move like that. You're actually teaching your body to move in a painful way or a tired way, and even when you're feeling great, that's how you're going to move, unfortunately.